Hello, my name is Marcia Johnson and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Together with my grandnieces and nephew, Allie, Ashley, and Ryan, we are Marcia's Crafts. Today we're going to make this lovely Magnolia Lane card. Uses things from the Magnolia Lane suite and a couple other things too. Let me show you the inside. There we go. To make this card, you'll need the Good Morning Magnolia stamp set. We'll be using the large image and the small flower. And for the sentiment, I'm going to use Beautiful Day, Always Thinking of You. There's some beautiful sentiments in the Magnolia, Good Morning Magnolia stamp set, but they were too large for what I was doing. We'll also be using the Magnolia Memory dies, just this big one, to cut out that flower. And we'll be using the stitched shape framelits, the largest of the squares. For ink, Memento Tuxedo Black, because we will be coloring with the blends. And of the blends, I have Daffodil Delight, the dark, Mossy Meadow, light and dark, the color Lifter. I have Petal Pink, light and dark, and I have Soft Suede, light and dark. Okay, let's get going. First we'll do some stamping, and we'll stamp our envelope and our sentiment, the inside of the card, and our large magnolia for the front. The rest of these things we'll put aside for the moment. Okay, we'll get out our Memento Tuxedo Black ink. And first we'll do our sentiment, and I usually prefer to put something colored behind it. And remember, when you're using Memento or the cloth pads, if you just pat it like that, you're really not going to get very good coverage. You kind of have to rub it also. Put that down. I'll try not to get too much in the camera way. Okay. Nice thing about this sentiment is it's a little bit wonky anyway, so if you're a little off, it's not going to matter. It looks fine. Next, we'll do the inside of our card and our envelope, and we'll do that with the small flower. Again, ink it up, rub it, and pat it a little bit. Put that right here. We're also going to do that on our envelope down in the left-hand corner. And then for our large magnolia, I'm going to take the pad to the stamp because the stamp is so large. You can use the Stamparatus for this. That works really well in case you need to stamp twice if you want it really dark. Okay, next let's give this a little time to dry and we can start assembling the front of our card. So I am going to take the black layer and attach it to the card base. Then we're going to put this paper up at the top. We're going to use the other side of the paper at the bottom. Okay, then I have a strip of black which I'm going to put across here, but before I do that, I'm going to put this ribbon on. Okay, I'm going to put this black strip and then just take that ribbon and fold it back. Instead of doing it this way, I could have just assembled these two pieces on the black piece, put the other black piece across, and wrapped it around the whole thing before putting it on my card base, but I didn't do that, so we're going to do it this way. And I think I'm going to put this down with some glue dots. Okay, now let's attach our Petal Pink square to our black square, and we can go ahead and attach our sentiment to our little black mat. Oh, as usual, the supplies and the measurements will be listed below, and if you'd like to purchase any of these supplies, please do so at marciascrafts.stampinup.net. We would love your business. Okay, we're going to lay this aside for a minute and we're going to do some coloring with our blends. As always, when you are coloring with the blends, if you're coloring on an envelope or something where it might bleed through, put a piece of paper in there just to keep it from doing that. I'm just going to put this little piece of label down in there. Anything pretty much will do, a piece of computer paper, anything, but let's get our blends out. And for this, I'm going to start with the dark Petal Pink, and I'm just going to color kind of the bottom of the petals. Then I'm going to take the light Petal Pink, and I'm going to kind of blend that out a little bit. You know, whatever you do, it's going to look just fine, so I'm not being careful at all. And then I take the color lifter and just blend in the edges of the light Petal Pink. Then I'm going to take the dark Mossy Meadow and just do some of the highlights of the leaves a little bit down towards the bottom and the stem. Then the rest of the leaves we're going to color in with a light Mossy Meadow. Okay. Do the same thing with your piece for the inside of the card. Color it exactly the same way. Next we'll do our big flower, and for that, for the center part, I am using the dark Daffodil Delight. And for the stem, I'm using light and dark soft suede. Then we're going to go in with the dark Petal Pink, and again, highlight towards the center and just some of the highlighted areas of the petals. We'll take the light Petal Pink and blend that in. I had a class the other day, and one of the ladies colored in the Magnolia primarily pink, but then she brought some of the green in from the leaves in there, and oh my gosh, it looked fabulous. Wish I'd taken a picture. It's not anything I would have ever thought to do, but it was absolutely beautiful. Okay, then we're going to take the color lifter and just kind of smooth out some of the edges. Okay, then to do the leaves, start with the dark Mossy Meadow. Okay, that's that. I forgot to say earlier that these were both the same size, this Petal Pink layer and the basic black, but I took the largest of the stitched framelits and cut out the Petal Pink layer with that square stitch framelit and then put it on the black. And then we're also gonna use our cutting machine to cut out our lovely flower. Fits right in that die. And through the magic of YouTube, I already have one cut out, so here we go. And now we can finish our assembly. We're going to put this square on with dimensionals. Okay, I'm going to put this on equidistant from the sides and the top, just like that. And I'm going to put my sentiment down at the bottom, a little bit in from the side. You'll see why in a minute. Okay, and then we're going to put our flower on, and you could put this up on dimensionals also, but I chose not to. And I'm just mostly going to put the glue in the center here because the leaves are going to pretty much stick off the edges. So then you just arrange that so that it fits in your card on that square. Put that down. Whoops, what happened to you? There we go. Okay, and then, oh, we haven't done the inside. Normally I do the inside first. If you've been around for any time at all, you know I usually do the inside first, but I did want to give them a little time to dry before we colored the images. Okay, and then to finish things off, I'm going to take some pearls on my pokey tool, and I'm going to put one pearl here, which is why I put that out just a little bit. And then on the other side, I'm going to put two more. Okay, I hope you liked this card. If you did, maybe you could give us a thumbs up, or maybe even subscribe to our channel. That would be wonderful. Maybe even share with a friend. That would be great also. Hope you're having a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.